All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this because I don't know what it's gonna play next. Hey, welcome back to the stream. My name is Kevin Savage. You are on my Twitch stream. We've been working on some tracks in the past streams. This is like third or fourth night in a row. Every night I tend to have my coffee, but tonight, and I stream late and then I work early, so I drink that coffee, then I can't fall asleep, and then I'm tired, and it's just a mess. So tonight I'm just going with water. Honestly, I've got a little bottle of water. I got some more water below me. I got some soda water. It's just I'm changing it up a little bit. I need to get. It's like working 7 days straight at my day job, and so I think it's exhausting. So I don't have a ton of time tonight. I've got a couple of hours, and I want to capitalize on that as much as possible. So I'll probably do a lot less talking unless someone hops in the stream and chats with me. I was going to have Zach join us, Ghetto Benny join to kind of join in on the process, and you guys could get a chance to meet him, whatnot. But he has some other commitments that he had to take care of. So it's just you and me tonight, but, it's always a good time. So let's go ahead and get in on it. We're mixing Bully. I have some other tracks that he sent me. We've got some, not those, but I already started laying this out, so I figured, might as well capitalize on that. This is what we got so far. This is the beat. I keep having this latency issue with live. I don't know if that shouldn't have anything to do with my sends. Yeah, I think everything's good there. I'm going to no input latency, output latency, buffer size, overall latency. I'm going to see if I can cut this overall latency down. That's less. Less. Let me see if that's better. It might make my CPU a little bit worse. I'm not entirely certain why it's doing that. I'm curious. I'm going to open up another track because it might be something with this track that's having an issue. Because I never have it that low, and I never have this issue. Maybe if I buffer up. Oh, it's so much. Wait, is that more or less? Yeah, this seems weird. I don't think it's because of OBS. I mean, that's not taking up a ton of CPU. Let me open up Big Betty, which is a much bigger track. Yeah, there's like no latency. Ba 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 ba. Well, this is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna be right back, okay? Give me a sec. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. So I'm gonna create a new track. So I'm gonna save this. Yeah, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna create a new session. And I'm gonna pull in these stems. It is at 175. Cool. So it sounds like there's something wrong with that project file, which sucks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my mix template. Which already has a lot of this shit bust out. But I'm gonna adjust this shit to go to like the master, 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 and then group these. I don't want any of this. Well, I'm gonna keep those effects there. I don't need this reference drum track. I'm gonna keep this because I think there's gonna be a second kick. We want the hats. I think there's a click. Snare. I'll end up referencing probably some of the other shit that I did, but this won't be bad to just kind of freshen shit up. This should be a relatively simple beat. I always say that, but you know, it never ends up happening that way. Drake pad. I remember there being a slight issue with this coming off. Yep, it's initiated. It's int. Drake pad. But I want to get rid of this automation. We'll leave the sidechain on because it'll be good to have as a reference point. We won't leave it on, but we'll add it in at some point to go ahead and fuck around with it. All of these buses should be turned off. Master. Insight 2. We'll call this plugin. We want to do span. Toss that guy on here. Set this to 1024. and then pull those tracks in. We'll set this to 175. We'll start it over here at the hook. Pull these guys down. Make sure it works. Cool. Latency is no longer there, which is nice. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I normally do. Copy these out. That should be fine. Like that. Actually, fuck that. Let's do this. Let's kill it. We'll start off here because it's super straightforward. Got my crash. Drop my reverb. Cut the reverb. Set it to high quality. I'm gonna bump this gain up here. Duplicate it. For this one, turn off the reverb. For this one, freeze track. Pull it down and then stretch it out. And then delete it. And whatever. Cool. Unsolo this. This is melody. Actually, we're just gonna copy this guy over. this is the click. Snare or kick. And this is the snare. Probably going to go ahead and create a snare group because I'm definitely layering this snare. This is a like bell. Nope, this is the hats. We'll call this the bell. This is at the very bottom. Bell. I think this is closed hats. Yep. So it's important when working on some of this stuff to keep in mind kind of like what 808, cool. And I'm going to put this in our 808 organic top. Duplicate the bottom, call that full. Get rid of that. So everything's kind of thrown down, and then delete those. Oops, I think I deleted a group on accident because I'm a moron. Delete these. Because I'm anal. There we go. So now we basically have everything laid out like that, and so we can kind of do a little bit of arrangement. I'm just gonna, I want that 808 to be there. I can't really hear it otherwise. So that's not gonna be here. It's not gonna be the verses, or the break, or the out. I think I'm gonna do what I normally do, where I duplicate this to have like an intro. outro. Like that. The kick won't be there. Nope, 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 nope. Bell's not going to be there. I might go ahead and mute some of this shit for... Yeah, that hits much better. And then... Probably do that. And then for the break, bring these in the last section. Probably bring these guys in a little sooner. already kind of feeling those vibes. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool. I'm moving super fucking fast. I know that we've just got... I've been taking a lot of time on some of these beats, and they need to get fucking done. I don't usually start with this, but... Something I gotta adjust on this 808 maker is to let this bad boy ring out. I don't want to loop it. And I was picturing this. that there for now. That's cool. I want to throw in, I think, some of the cymatic fills here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see what we got. That could be kind of cool if there's like... I don't think this has those vibes though. I definitely want to throw down on some reverb. Really create that ethereal vibe. And then, of course, with the reverb device on, kill the device. Here, up, there. Until it's back on again. Boom. Apply the same reverb to here, but get rid of that automation. Just automate on here. There. Darken this. I do like those vibes. A cool fucking loop. The kick needs that multi-band comp going down. It's a very clicky kick. I also am not sure if it's in tune, to be honest. I mean, we're mostly fucking around with... So it's this supposedly A flat. Something we could also do is fuck around with the transposition. consolidate, warp to -12. So A flat, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, flat is G sharp. Okay, so we want to make sure that the kick here is hitting it at a G sharp. You can use a EQ. No, you could use a spectrum effectively for something like that. I mean, we don't have to do this, but I think it's good. Because, like, right now, it's an A sharp. So, 3 half steps. Let's do this, consolidate. And honestly, this might have been part of the problem for the last track. Some of the drums might not have been tuned up. I mean, I guess I could put it like 1.5 step higher, or even just tune it up. It's like almost there. Cool. I think that's pretty solid, to be honest. I think that'll be helpful. And I might be able to drum bus this guy. Thing that I could think of is to duplicate this, mute this, because we're trying to basically tune the kick to something that makes sense. So if we push the kick maybe into the key of C or into C, right now it's at an A flat G sharp. Let's see here. If we Google key of of G sharp, I don't even know if it's major or minor. I don't think I'm gonna know. I just know it's an A flat G sharp. Oh, there's no C in this, so I wonder. Makes sense that this was like the kick was basically an A sharp for this case, but we should really try, if we're gonna do this, put it there. Something I could do is I could push the 808 into like C sharp. Just to kind of hear where it all sits. What I can also do, I've got some tricks up my sleeve. If I toss in a MIDI channel, I can toss in the MIDI, a Serato sampler, which will tell me what the key is when I drop the sample in it. It is in C minor. It is not in A flat. So now what I can do is, wait, it's in C minor? What is the relative major of C minor? C minor scale? I know Zach tends to go with what he tends to go with what's going on in his, like, what he feels. So, okay, so the sub for C minor. So there is no G sharp, there's a G. But root third, I guess the G would be the fifth, so I could have the kick be either the root or the fifth. I'm just gonna tune this down because right now that's basically in G. It's not the end of the world. If I'm going to do that, I do need to turn this drum bus on and then set it to G. So we got the kick basically settled. I mean, if I wanted to, I could also pitch it up if I wanted to. I could take it. So we got C, D, E, F, G. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps up. So what I can do is I can add a layer because it's a little synthetic of a kick. So what I could do is I can go into the one shots over here, which, you know, these are all. And we're fucking around in G. I think this would be good. Let's call this kick 2. This could be a nice little layer. We do need to watch out for phase cancellation. This is still under mix template. Well, fuck me. Let's play around with some of these loops. apparently got an email from Ghetto Benny. I'm playing around with different hi-hat things. I like the hi-hats you have, but, you know. Do you like that? Do you like what that sounds like? Or do you prefer the, original? Let's see here. What else do we have, though? The crazy hi-hat. Oh, I wonder if I could do this. Let's see here. It is fire. I wonder if I were to divide it. Oh, that's double, is it? Divide it like that for. Yeah, I've got some 808s that I already added. I just haven't. They're pretty low in the mix right now. I'd like to do some 808 glides, but that's not a part that I still struggle with trying to make that glide sound good and not goofy. There's the 808s. I took the bass line that you wrote and just kind of made them beefy. Let's see here. I just want to hear what this sounds like if I fuck around with it. What if I just keep things like this? Except for the last section, which kind of speeds up. Let's see here. I like that. Or it kind of slows down and then speeds back up. Now, it might be interesting if a similar thing happens leading into this right here. Leave that alone for now. That's a cool variation that we've got going on. Good tension. Pull that over there. What could be interesting, because I had these originally kind of cutting out, is to fade it in like that. do that. I think it needs to be the slow one that goes in and kind of fades in. Wow, we got 4 people in here now. All right, let's go. This is gonna go over here. All right, let's see here. So far we've been playing around. Actually, so just for for promotion, for everyone who is new to the stream, I basically laid out the beat that Ghetto Benny sent me. Organized a little bit, split things up, and played with adding some extra layers for the drums and messing around with the hi-hats. This is kind of where we're at this point. Oh, shout out to the Apple crew. Yeah. Roy Fritz. Welcome to stream, guys. Did some 808 layers, which we have down here. Got the little break going on. Needs something. I think it needs something. That's kind of where we're at right now for the beat. I think the bell is fantastic. I'll probably take what I did to the intro here and throw some of that reverb, the same reverb that we have going on here on that bell, just to make it kind of play around in the atmosphere a little better. Let's delete that automation. Maybe cut that decay. Oh, that is too much. I don't know. Oh, that's the bell. Wait a second. Oh, there's like a ding with like a little up sound. I don't know if that works with reverb then. Maybe if I just pull it back. Let's see what that does. Nah, puts it too... Let's see here. We have this hat bus that I'm gonna leave that for later. I've got some samples that I can screw around with for the snare, or even layer up. I think that rim shot might help with a layer for the snare. Let's see here. just kind of. All right. Maybe the hard rim. Yeah. Let me zoom in. See about layering it up just to add a little bit of extra push to the snare. Pull that back. Colors the sound a bit too much. I don't know if I like that. I think I could hear it a little better if I push it over here. Kind of adds a pretty decent texture to it. I think it's because it rings out a little bit. But if I pull that back, I think I can kind of capture just the transient. It doesn't have the same like punch that it's got a different kind of like a darker punch than like your typical trap snare, which I think does help kind of make the beat stand out a little bit. So let's pull that over here. And then let's see here. Pull that over, throw it out. And then let's see here. Luckily, there's not a whole bunch of crazy snare stuff going on, so doing this is a lot easier than it might be in some other tracks. So let's pull this, copying it over, and then da-da-da, bada-bing. There we go. And then I should be able to just copy this over to some of these other tracks. Kind of layered it out. This is going to be different, so I'll come back to that. All right, and let's just kind of loop this section a little bit. Let's play the intro and then loop the hook and verse. So let's go. I think that makes the beat kind of, that snare really bite compared to this. Like it's like a darker bite. It's just a little bit. It's just like you wouldn't think that it does that. So, but what we do want to do, I think, a little bit is glue the two together with a glue compressor. If we hop over here into the plugins, I can toss in a glue compressor. I like to pull the threshold back to like -9 just to to kind of give it a little bit more snap. Push this into 7, throw down a soft clip, and just see how that sounds. And then do what's called a New York style compression, where you're kind of parallel processing the compressor. We could probably pull. All right. Now, what's important is that we kind of get that, we get an idea of what it's going to sound like with some sidechain. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to convert the audio into MIDI. Make sure that these are all on the right beats. I like the shorter ones over here. Now I can send this up to the top. So now I've got my MIDI trigger going on. I could do this. I should probably do the same with the kick. How did I select? Yeah, I should do the same with the kick. So I'm going to pull the kick in as well. And then I think I will need to do that. I want to make sure that there's no notes that are straying. I can pull up, boom. Push this up to this rim shot here. This will give me a chance to kind of hear what these sound like with some sidechain to kind of let everything sit nicely in the mix. Make sure I turn on both of these, boost those, and come over here, make sure I've got the right signal coming in, and then let's listen to it. It might be a little hard to hear if you're not listening to this on speakers or something that you can really hear the sounds. But what's happening is where the kick and the snare are hitting, it's pulling the audio down. Now it's going to be a little bit different because I kind of chopped up the snare over here. So just so that way I save myself a little bit of time, I can go ahead and I like this groove, so I'm going to consolidate it. I'm going to copy this up the same as I did to the snare, to this side. Get rid of these, pull this up, boop, boop, and there we go. Cool. That should be fine. Let me go ahead and quantize. Go ahead and quantize this while I'm here. There's no kick in this verse section. I like to pull the kick out when it comes to like breaks and verses to kind of give some variation. And now let's go ahead and listen to it. I want to do something with this click. It's there. I might go ahead and pull some of the transients a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and consolidate this. I think that's Command J. Yep. And then I can go ahead and screw around with this. It's not really doing a whole lot. Let's see here. Let's see if we transpose this down. Something is going on. Oh, ha. That's because these are separate. Hey guys, I gotta take a quick break. I'm getting a phone call that I do need to answer, so we'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and loop this like this, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Oh, all right, cool. Cool. Thanks for everyone who is following. I appreciate that so much. All right, so we're going to go ahead, get back into what we're working on. I want to hear, basically what I did is I went ahead and I made some adjustments to this click track by consolidating it. That allowed me to basically will allow me to mess around with some of the transients and whatnot. So thanks for tuning in, Zimmer Tracks. I appreciate the follow. I'm definitely going to look up Zimmer Tracks on YouTube. I appreciate it. All right, so let's do this. -12. I want to hear what it sounds like in the context. That actually kind of fits nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same thing but pitched normally. And listen to the differences. I might even be able to kind of like what that does to it. Let's see if we were to put the same thing here. Let's see here, versus this. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Let's see here. So there's that option. There's other things that I could obviously do. So we're set the same transposition here. I could play around with adding maybe a little bit of saturation. It's like trying to figure out how can I get this to sit nicely. Maybe a little bit of reverb instead of this. I don't know. Like, I feel like it obviously needs to be there. Something just feels empty without it. Maybe... I'm just concerned that when this gets kind of pushed into the mix, I wonder, you know, it's just basically a percussion loop. I wonder if I could find something that kind of allows me a bit more space to play with. Let's go ahead. So we're at 175, so ideally something a little faster so that way it doesn't get sped up. Let's see what happens if I were to play with some of these effects, some of these percussion loops. Oh, that sounds like trash. This has a very similar texture to the other one. I don't know, it's a little too groovy. Maybe something like this. No, not happy. Ghetto Benny's happy with it. Maybe? Yeah, I like something like this. I just want to get rid of some of these. I don't like the tonal sounds in some of these. And then let's play with this a little bit more and see about adding maybe something at some sort of like fill percussion at the end. See if there's one of these that have a good, something similar to that. Maybe something along that line. That's kind of cool. That's actually super cool. All right, let's go. And drop these in some of the other verses. Let's do this here. Here. Bada bam. Yeah, there we go. I don't think that this percussion necessarily needs to be in the hook, but let's hear it. I think these darker beats are some of my favorite to work with. Ooh. Yeah, we have to bring something like that over here. We can't leave it out. But what if we gave it a little bit of something like right here and then got rid of it there? you know, worst case scenario, we just get rid of it down the road or find something else that kind of fits cool. That's kind of cool too, to be honest. Let's see about, we're doing a little bit of Frankenstein work here. Let's play with that. I don't know about that. Let's see here. I like these perks. I'm curious. No, sounds like trash. Perhaps pulling something like in there, something like this clap. But we already have something similar to that, but maybe getting rid of this and just kind of allowing it to exist as a little bit extra might be useful. Let's see here. Got a lot going on. Put this guy at the end of all of these. Like that. Fade them in. We'll probably be on this stream till around 11. I think after doing this, I'm just going to move on to mixing, I think. I'm trying to get through as many of these as possible before I need to go to bed. And, I mean, outside of that, I mean, it's got basically everything it needs. So we got, you know, about 15, 20 more minutes. Cool thing about all this is, you know, for whatever reason my little edits and adjustments don't work, you know, we pass that information back and forth between myself and Zach and Derek, and then we go from there. Send that copy. Will do. I'll send it to you when I'm done with this. I guess I could, you know what, I'll bounce it out and I'll send it to you. I gotta fix this sidechain though. Let's see here. Prechain out. This should be the same for all the hooks across the board. And then there is some slight variations on the snare that I did. Depending, you know what I'm going to do? I got a better idea. I'm just gonna... Why is there no drums in the pre-out? A snare in the pre-out? What did I do? It should be the same. Like that. Cool. Ooh, and then we gotta... what the fuck was I doing? Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to go ahead, consolidate that, and then I'm going to pull that into the MIDI track so that way I can go ahead and turn that into MIDI data, starting right here for the snare. Cool. Pull that open. Don't need this one. Don't need this one. And then I can do Command U. And then I can pull this up. And let's see here. Now everything should be fine across the board. So here's where we're at right now. How are my levels looking? It's not bad. Oh, why are there... That shouldn't be there. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and Zach wanted me to send him a copy. I think he wants to take a look at that and try to make it work a little bit more. And then we'll go ahead and get into probably I think at this point I probably have to do a little bit of EQing, but then I can basically get into mixing this. Bully. Let's create a new folder like I usually do. Call this Bully RX. I like to name it Rough Exports, just because I will have a section for exports. Call this the Bully 175. I forgot. I need to definitely save this as its own file because right now it's being saved under my mix template, which is not how it should be. Let's save the live set as not mix template. Let's go into desktop. Got a Benny. The bully. Cancel. New bully. $175. Dope. Create that. Call this bully 175. And let's save a copy. So that should hopefully will not have fucked up my thing. And then we can collect all and save. Nope, that is not that. Collect all and save. This will allow me to be able to move the file around and not lose where everything's at. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll be right back. Be right back. All right, we're back. Cool. I don't think. I mean, let's take a look at span. We've got these going on top, bottom. Let's get rid of full. Let's bring out these guys. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I copy this over. Cool. Cool. Let's kill this. I don't think there's any... I'm not going to add any of the Drake pad shit in because I don't think that's all that necessary for this track. I think it does really well. I think it could do really well with... No, I think the ethereal vibe where everything's kind of going on would be cool. But listen, if it comes down to it, I need to add like another shit in or whatnot. It's not the end of the world. All right, let's fuck around with some routing. Send this guy to the synth bus. Send this guy into the... Oops. Nope. Synth. FX. Drums. .808. All right. Let's ungroup this set of tracks. All of these should be set to ins. And let's go ahead and record them. Cool. These are going to be no longer ins. Don't want to arm them. And then I want to mute them for now as we fuck around with the buses. Synth bus. FX bus. Drum bus. 808 bus. Cool. So now everything's getting sent into here. So, what do we think? What do we remember from the past streams? Let's see what I remember from the past streams. Synth is -14 to -17 LUFS 808 -11. I think drums, whatever sounds good. I'm still trying to, let's see here. Honestly, these are not the be-all, end-all. It depends on your track. I mean, honestly, maybe I'm pushing that 808s too much, but it's about making space. You know, obviously, like, you're trying to, I think, higher frequencies. You know, it's about making that space, getting everything to sit right. So, you know, if this doesn't work, then don't fucking do it. So, I'm just going to set it as a reference point. It works for me. I think we're going to do all these to pre's, but we're not fucking with those right now. But what we can do... Oh yeah, our master has got this limiter on it. I'm gonna turn my headphones down. This is gonna want some reverb on it. Some weird choppy going on. I think that'll be good. That's the fuck is going on. I just have some weird phasing going on. Let's do that. This is fucking with my ears, man. Probably gonna have to come back to this and figure out how to fix how to better understand the correlation meter and how to fix it. I'm not entirely certain how I'm going to resolve that right now, because I've never really dealt with a track that has this sort of like back and forth. I mean, with enough reverb, clearly it gets resolved. Seems to be resolved. I guess not. There must be something going on in the upper register that I just don't quite understand. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it this way. I'm gonna deal with the 808 now. Reverb goes back into room. No, it goes back to the plate. like a weird... do in the synth here, auto filter, that guy, frequency. Come on, here we go. I could do something kind of like this. And boost the resonance just a smidge. Something I can do just to think about the growth of this track is I could, in kind of these like junctions, just kind of do this interesting kind of like jaggedness. This allows it to grow kind of with the each time getting it a little bit higher. 281. 344. Then really chopping down. It's really subtle, but it's movement, and it allows the track to kind of make its way. All right. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this stream. I do need to get to bed. But I appreciate you all. I hope you learned a bit about some arrangement. Got a chance to see behind the scenes for kind of my mixing process. Excuse me. I'm trying to stream honestly as much as possible. I really lately, honestly, this past week haven't done anything music related that hasn't been on a stream. So that's pretty cool. We're hoping to get into the engine room here soon to do some work. I think we're bringing in a live drummer to work on a beat. We're bringing in some pianos to work on a beat. We got a lot of stuff coming your way. We're working together to put this this package together. And so yeah, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, Kevin Savage TV. I have a track on Spotify that recently dropped, Kevin Savage, $ for the S, as well as a remix that recently dropped with Andy Delgado called Galaxy Bass Savage Remix. It's under one of my other names. Look forward to you coming back to future streams where we continue to tackle this set of beats. So I'm going to go ahead and cue up this music. I appreciate your time, and make sure to, in the future, say what's up in the chat, all right? All right. We're going to go ahead and roll the music. Thanks for tuning in. Have a fantastic rest of your night. All right. Bye-bye.